यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai. Jai Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ji ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय, सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय, श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 21, entitled Instructions by Maharaj Prithu. Text number 2, 3, and 4, because 2 and 3 do not have purport, 4 has purport. 2 and 3 I will read myself. Chandana Guru Toyarda Rathya Chatvara Margava Puspakshata Palais Tokmai Lajair Archibhirarchitam. Fragrant water distilled from sandalwood and aguru herb was sprinkled everywhere on the lanes, roads, and small parks throughout the city, and everywhere were decorated of unbroken fruits, flowers, wetted grains, varied minerals, and lamps, all presented as auspicious paraphernalia. Text 3. Savrinday kadali stambhai Pugapotai Pariskritam Tarupallava Malabhi Sarvatas Samalankritam. At the street crossings, there were bunches of fruits and flowers, as well as pillars of banana trees and betel nut branches. All these combined decorations everywhere looked very attractive. Text 4. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Sambrita Sesha Mangalai Samruta Sesha Mangalai Abhiyur Mrutsa Kanyascha Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Manditaha. Jai Shri Shri Gaunitai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Samruta Sesha Mangalai Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Manditaha. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Samruta Sesha Mangalai Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Manditaha. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Samruta Sesha Mangalai Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Manditaha. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Samruta Sesha Mandalai Mangalai Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Mandita. Prajastam Deepa Balibhihi Samruta Sesha Mangalai Abhiyurmrushta Kanyascha Mrushtakundala Mandita. Mataji's Prajaha, citizens, Tam To him, Deepa Balibihi with lamps, Sambhuta equipped with Asesha unlimited, Mangalaihi auspicious articles, Abhiyuhu came forward to welcome, Mrishta with beautiful bodily luster, Kanyacha and unmarried girls, Mrishta colliding with Kundala earrings, Manditaha being bedecked with. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. As the king entered the gate of the city, all the citizens received him with many auspicious articles like lamps, flour, and yogurt. The king was also received by many beautiful unmarried girls whose bodies were bedecked with various ornaments, especially with earrings which collided with one another. Please repeat. As the king entered the gate of the city, all the citizens received him with many auspicious articles like lamps, flowers, and yogurt. The king was also received by many beautiful unmarried girls whose bodies were bedecked with various ornaments, especially with earrings which collided with one another. Purport. Offering of natural products such as betel nuts, bananas, newly grown wheat, paddy, yogurt, and vermilion carried by the citizens or scattered throughout the city are all auspicious paraphernalia according to Vedic civilization for receiving a prominent guest like a bridegroom, king, or spiritual master. Similarly, a welcome offered by unmarried girls who are internally and externally clean and are dressed in nice garments and ornaments is also auspicious. Kumari or unmarried girls, untouched by the hand of any member of the opposite sex, are auspicious members of society. Even today in Hindu society, the most conservative families do not allow unmarried girls to go out freely or mix with boys. They are very carefully protected by their parents while unmarried. After marriage, they are protected by their young husbands, and when elderly, they are protected by their children. When thus protected, women as a class remain an always auspicious source of energy to men. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणाम्। So after receiving blessings from the Lord, when Maharaj Prathu entered into the city, all the citizens were very happily welcoming him with all kinds of auspicious articles which are mentioned in these purports in these translations. So um, as Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here in the translations and purports, that actually the natural products reflect auspiciousness and richness, not some artificial products of today. Today you don't find natural flowers, fruits. Everywhere we find plastic flowers. Fruits also not actually naturally grown. They are genetically modified. Uh, they are big in size, but they are not very tasty, the fruits. So all these things we find in today, so many anomalies we find, unlike in the Vedic society. In the Vedic society, everything is kept natural and pure, and that brings auspiciousness. What is auspiciousness? Positive thoughts will come in the minds of people when you connect with natural products. Artificial products will bring inauspicious negative thoughts. So, uh, here we see that all these citizens, they are inviting their king with all kinds of natural products. They've stuck banana trees as the welcoming stambhas in their in front of their houses. There were festoons. There was sprinkled water, which is giving wonderful fragrance, and there were flower petals, flowers and fruits were thrown here and there, so that everywhere there is uh, natural auspiciousness, full of colors. All these things you will find in a in a very very cultured setup. So that is what we see here. And here in the purport, in the fourth verse, Prabhupada is more emphasizing on the young unmarried girls welcoming the king. And they represent great auspiciousness. Unmarried girls who are untouched by the opposite sex, they are considered very, very auspicious. In fact, in many ceremonies I have seen, uh, the girls are like deity installation ceremony or in any ceremonies. These girls are brought, and they present in that ceremony. Their presence itself is very auspicious. The unmarried girl's presence, and Prabhupada is saying they are unmarried girls are pure inside and outside. So that is the Vedic society. It's not only just a Vedic society some thousands of years ago. Even about 150 years back, this society was pretty much like this. The girls were pretty much like this. 50, 100 years ago also. Because there was no technological revolution. Till that time, things were pretty much safe. But the moment the technological revolution came, where people started to watch TVs, people started to explore different places by travel from one place to another place, try to imitate the different cultures. So when all these things started, then there was cross culture, mixed culture. The Vedic culture was spoiled. Actually, till the Mohammedans came to India, the culture was pretty much Vedic culture. Even after Mohammedans came, the culture was not spoiled because there was a clear demarcation in the society between Mohammedans and Hindus. But the cross culture started only when the British came. Because what the British did, they have paved these railway lines, roads, all these things, so that people can go from one place to another place. There is always curiosity in everybody's heart. What is there out there? I want to go to some other place and find what the other culture is. Uh, the curiosity, this is unnecessary curiosity, so to say, because when God has given you a certain field, certain family, certain nationality, certain religious codes, you better follow those religious codes and then lead your life nicely. And then at the end of the life, you go to the whatever is destination that is destined for you. So there is no need of unnecessary curiosity. The curiosity is only for one thing. Athato Brahma Jijnasa. That should be the only curiosity human being should have. Any other curiosity will distract us, divert us from the real goal of life. So, one may say, Prabhupada went, why did Prabhupada go? Prabhupada has gone for this to arouse this curiosity. Athato Brahma Jijnasa curiosity, Prabhupada has gone to different places. Otherwise, there is no need to unnecessarily go and explore. Today, that exploration has come in the form of, uh, e-marketing, electronic marketing, Amazons, Flipkarts. The whole bazaar has come to your screen, your computer screen or mobile screen. So whatever that you wanted to explore, now you don't have to go. You just have to sit in your own house, if you have a Wi-Fi connection or if you have an internet connection, then you can explore the whole world. If you want to go to some Timbuktu, you write Timbuktu in YouTube, there will be videos of the Timbuktu. Or all these things will come today. So that means without travel, you can do this. In the obscure part of the world, whoever is doing, that is live telecasted through different channels. So whatever is totally unnecessary, all of that is put so that we can go and watch and kill time. So the point I'm trying to make is that even 50 years ago, 100 years ago, still the Vedic culture was very prominent. There are families, even till today, there are families who are quite conservative, where they don't, they don't allow their children, especially the girl children, to go out and unnecessarily mix with boys. Because that is the root cause of all the problem. And today, if we say that, then the women class, there are a certain people who are out there who very much object this kind of things as inequality between a man and woman. All kinds of same opportunity must be given to both men and women. That's true, both opportunities. But opportunities doesn't mean the same things. Whatever women can do, they should be given those opportunities. Whatever men can do, they should be given those opportunities. That is what is equality. Equality doesn't mean, like for example, you don't uh, you don't send a small child in a big generator room where a lot of voltage is around. Do you do that in the name of equality? Just because one electrician has gone there, so will you be able to send one small child also? We have an electrical room here in our temple, next to the gate. That is a very dangerous room. Why? Because if you put your hand in some of the other wires, you will get a shock. Not shock, you may even die. So we don't allow children to go there. It is closed. Not only children, even adults who are not so experienced in those things, they cannot go there. Only authorized persons who can deal with those machinery, they can go there. Nobody else can go there. Why? Because they are not trained to deal with that. So in the same way, equality doesn't mean that you expose everyone to everyone. That's not equality. Equality is that pure things have to be protected. And women are considered pure if they are untouched by the opposite sex. So they must be preserved, their purity must be preserved. That was exactly the argument of Arjuna to Krishna. Why the Kurukshetra war should not happen, he said, Doshairaite kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi utsadyante jati dharma kuladharmasya shashvataha. Sankaro narakaeva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham lupta pindodaka kriyaha. He said that the consequences of the war, one of the first consequences of the war is that when the elderly members in the family, when they are dead in the war, then women become unprotected. When the women become unprotected, they may have inauspicious mingling with the opposite sex. As a result of that, the production of unwanted children, unwanted progeny, they are called Varna Sankaraha. So the moment Varna Sankara happens, everything is spoiled. Why Varna Sankara happen? The Varna Sankara happen when the women freely mix with men. That is when Varna Sankara happens. It is not the mistake of the women to freely mix with men. It is a mistake of men. Men have to protect women so that they don't freely mix with men, because our senses are very strong. And if we don't have sense control, if we give an opportunity, Prabhupada said that women is like fire, man is like butter. And when the women and man come together, like fire and butter come together, what happens? The butter melts. That is a natural phenomenon. So exactly in the same way, when the man and women come together, not for service purposes, for any other purpose, if they come together, there will be unnecessary eruptions in the minds, unnecessary thoughts will come. So that is why Shastra says that one should not even be with one's daughter or mother, or, you know, one's mother or daughter or sister in a secluded place. Because inauspicious thoughts will come, because we are surrounded by inauspiciousness. This material world is inauspicious. So the rules are given so that we are protected from these inauspicious thoughts. So it is the men who have to implement these things to protect their mothers or daughters or sisters. But if the women class do not agree for something like that, they say that, we are so much curtailed, our freedom is curtailed. Why are you doing this? It is to protect you. They cannot understand. Even if they cannot understand, it is the duty of the parents to make the children understand, not force it on them, but it is important to make them understand. So, today the society has become so far removed from these principles because the parents, they never bother to explain these things to their children. In fact, they have pushed these restrictions upon them, which made them to hate these restrictions. You don't explain what is the consequence of this and then you just push it on them. Obviously, they will not accept this. So, it is important that the learned members of the society explain these things very carefully to both men and women, not just women. The young girls should not be sent out for unnecessary things. Whatever training they will receive the training from their mothers and fathers. And they can go to schools. There are, we have schools for exclusively for girl children and boy children. Co-education has its own problems. So, especially at the adolescent age, adolescent means when they are teenagers, there will be a lot of issues between girls and boys. Now, if we see all of that, it makes very, very irrelevant in the present day's context, because the present day context is far removed from these principles. What are you talking about? We are not in Vedic age, we are in a modern age, everyone is evolved. And what is their understanding of evolved society? Evolved society means everybody can do anything and everything. That's an evolved society. Actually, evolved society means you do your recommended things is an evolved society. Whatever is recommended to you, whatever is structure is there, you follow that structure. There is a discipline in the society. That is an evolved society, unlike the present day society. So when there is chaos everywhere, everybody speaks about everybody else. Everybody speaks about rights of everybody else. So there is so much chaos that you cannot even speak about these things. And if you speak, there will be someone who will put a case. They will report to there is a women's cell, there is so many things are there in India. Not only in India, everywhere. So they report, so much so that a parliamentarian is speaking that if women are dressed nicely without exposing, it will be nice. There is a big uproar in the parliament that who are these people to say how we should dress? They are right in their point, because that should be done not like in a parliament setup. It should be done in the house. The women should be told, the girls should be told how to dress nicely. There is a beautiful way of dressing, just like it is mentioned here, how they are beautifully dressed. The girls are very beautifully dressed, bedecked with so many jewelries, and they have this silken garments. They wear the silken garments, fine silken garments they wear, and decorated with golden jewelry. That is when the women look very beautiful, and when their whole bodies are covered. Not that, today they think that, women are beautiful when they don't have many clothes, or the less number of clothes they have, that the more beautiful they are. Who said this? It is for demons. The bodies look very attractive. A woman's body looks very attractive when there is less number of clothes. It is for a demon. For any auspicious person, he wants to see women are very beautifully decorated and chaste. So, so that is what is Vedic society is. And still, if we want, we can implement this by Krishna consciousness only. Prabhupada, when went to the Western society, it was very difficult for converting them into Vedic followers, because they were a boyfriend girlfriend culture was there. They had sex before marriage, and they were doing all kinds of things. Prabhupada knew this, that they have this Western culture. So Prabhupada made them, no, no, you cannot do like this. If you want to live like a man and woman, please marry. So then he conducted marriage both for men and women, made them wife and husband, and then allowed them to stay together. Otherwise, we are talking about 1966, 1967. The culture was that, there was a boyfriend girl, they were, smoking together, drinking together, all kinds of things they were doing. Prabhupada, very carefully with his love, he changed their hearts. Today, even in India, such a dharma bhumi, we are not able to achieve that with, even amongst Brahmin families, it is not possible. The advanced, they say we want to be advanced, we don't want to be bound to the house. The happiness of being in the house, not unnecessarily mixed with others, is not known to them or explained to them. So Krishna consciousness is the only panacea, it is the only solution. Because in Krishna consciousness, it's not that women and men are separated completely, but women and men are allowed to mix to serve Krishna together. That is the best possible solution in a cross culture like this. That is what Prabhupada did. He allowed both men and women to serve Krishna freely. Whatever, there are many, many Matajis who had very beautiful skills like painting, decoration, and all these things. Prabhupada engaged these Matajis in those, varieties of services, which made them feel fulfilled. They did not feel discriminated. All the services are to the men, and women should be just in the house. No. In the temples, Prabhupada engaged Matajis. Even in Western countries, deity worship is given to the Matajis. Generally, in the Vedic culture, you don't find a woman worshipping a deity. That is not Vedic culture. But Prabhupada was so revolutionary that he engaged Matajis in deity worship. Because Prabhupada knew that if you don't allow the Matajis to do this, their minds will go somewhere else and they get spoiled. So, such revolutionaries in a miniature revolutionary like fathers are required, brothers are required in every house, so that the girls in the house are protected, they feel sheltered, and they're happy to follow these Vedic rules, not that they're pressed, suppressed to follow these rules and regulations, and they live with great vengeance. No, they should be happy. If women are nicely dressed in sari, then if somebody is looking at them strangely, they should not think that, this is something wrong. If you have a jeans and pant and all this pant and shirt and jeans, pant and shirt, if you wear, nobody looks at you. But if you wear a sari or half sari, people will strangely look at. Many girls told me also that we are more harassed by these men when we are wearing this traditional dress than an ordinary dress which passes on. In our Vedic society, there is no question of wearing anything but sari after marriage. That's a Vedic society. Where is that now? So, uh, what is the solution? The solution is when you learn back the culture, Vedic culture, come back to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness teaches you. Prabhupada taught these women, Western women, how to wear a sari. Indian women are naturally, wearing sari. But Western women do not know how to wear a sari. How to wear a sari, Prabhupada taught them. Prabhupada taught the men how to wear dhoti. It's not just about wearing a certain dress. It is about a culture. It's about consciousness. That you are in your boundaries. You don't cross your boundaries. Men have certain boundaries. Women have certain boundaries. And when you don't cross those boundaries, you keep the society auspicious. Otherwise, so many problems will come. So many problems. And no one can solve those problems. Once the butter melts and then completely destroyed, you cannot extract butter back. The fire increases, butter is gone. Both are gone. Both are useless now. But fire separately, butter separately in a controlled manner, they're useful. But you bring them together and mash them and completely destroy them, they're useless. So, when we hear these things, Srila Prabhupada is saying, when thus protected, women as a class remain an always auspicious source of energy to man. Pure women give great inspiration to men. Some of the great heroes of the bygone ages, they were inspired by their mothers or wives. Some of the great heroes. Because they were very, very chaste. It was said that even Gandhi derived great inspiration from his mother when he was a young boy. He derived a great inspiration, and then he had head-on collision with the British Empire. The strength, he had that strength to do it because he had that kind of upbringing from his mother and father. So there are many examples like that in the Vedic society also, that the when they go for the war, the Dharma Patnis, they actually decorate Veera Tilakam to the soldiers, or the mothers put Veera Tilakam to the soldiers, because they are great source of inspiration for them to even give their life in the war. Today also the soldiers, when they go to the war fields, the mothers and fathers and the other family members, they support. You go. Even if you leave the body in service of the country, we are very proud of you. Unless they give that kind of inspiration to the man, how a man can actually give his life? Even if it is for protecting the borders, how will he be able to give? It's not easy to give one's life. So if you want very brave soldiers, we need brave mothers, brave sisters, brave wives. Only then you will get brave soldiers. So always women are great source of inspiration to man if they are loving and pure, chaste. The moment the mind of a woman is distracted, the whole society will be disturbed. They'll become a prey to rascal men. They will further entice rascal men and corrupt the society. So it's important for the families to raise girl children in a very, very uh, broad, a broad-minded environment, by explaining to them how to lead a life of chastity, how to lead a life of purity. If we don't do that, there will be a problem in the society. No more auspiciousness. No more auspiciousness. So that is what Prabhupada is mentioning in this purpose. So these are few points. Anyone has any question, comment? Especially, please dress nicely. Yeah, because the men are not able to control their senses, so they are asking women to dress this way, that way. They say that. Well, that's a very poor argument, because it's like saying, then why should there be, lockers to the bank? If we ask this question, why should there be lockers to the bank? What is the answer to that question? Banks can be open. If the banks are open, what happens? Huh? Every sane man also become a looter, isn't it? Even if he is a good man, if openly the banks are open, the cash is lying, gold is lying, what will you do? You will go and take it, even if he is a good man. So they have to be locked. They have to be given protected and concentrated chambers. Same there. Why don't they apply the same logic? You train your men in such a way that they are not greedy, so that all the banks can be open. Can we say this? It looks very ridiculous. Same way, this is also ridiculous. So there is certain way that both men have to be dressed, women have to be dressed, men have to behave, women have to behave. The problem is that in the society too much dominates and puts restrictions on women. That is the problem. You know, some of these fellows, politicians, they say, what is that? Uh, मर्द मर्द होते हैं ऐसा कुछ. What is that? Something they say. Men will always be men or something. Some nasty statement they make, which enrages the woman. बच्चे बच्चे होते हैं और whatever, you know, boys को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ? मर्द मर्द नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं माता जी? या यस. Actually, it is not supposed to be male dominated, female dominated society. It is supposed to be the society of the Lord. Lord is equal to everyone, both to men and women. But because men are physically more stronger than women, generally, they try to dominate the women and then try to, you know, behave very violently with women. That is what is a saga of this human society. But that can only change when we focus on God, not man and women, women or men, both attack each other, try to abuse each other. Rather, we focus on God. In God's eyes, everyone is same. We have our respective duties. So if we focus on our respective duties, then there is no problem. The problem is that we are not focusing on respective duties. Everybody is trying to usurp the position of other person. That is the problem. So that is what Bhagavatam is suggesting. Don't do that. Just do your assigned prescribed duties, then there will be peace in the society. Today we are battling with this, argument that no, who is better? Men is better. Recently I went and spoke to some teachers and they said, when I said Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, why Purusha is the Supreme Personality of God? That is their question. Then I had to explain for a long time that Shakti and Shaktiman concept. The concept of Shakti and Shaktiman, or sun rays and sun. There is no value to sun without sun rays. Sun rays won't exist without sun. That kind of a combination is there between sun rays and sun. Similarly, Shakti and Shaktiman. Shaktiman is God, Shakti is his energy. If his energy is taken away from him, he cannot be called God. At the same time, Shakti has no separate existence without Shaktiman. So that means they are inseparable. Shakti and Shaktiman are inseparable, or sun rays and sun are inseparable. So there is no domination of this or that. The combination, we should not worry about domination, we should worry about combination. So this is not known to the society, so everyone is trying to dominate the other person. So there is so much of unrest in the society. It is very difficult to digest the fact that we are not this body. Like, if a soul is in women's body, they always want to hear the glories of greatness of women. If the soul is in man's body, they always want to hear that we are better. Because you are so much conditioned to this body. Neither you are a man nor you are a woman. You are actually Jiva soul. You belong to God. You are a pure spirit soul. Temporarily you are in this women body or man body. And if you continue to be envious or continue to think about the other opposite sex, then you will become that. Suppose if a man is thinking about women at the time of death, he will become a woman. If a woman is thinking about a man at the time of death, she will become a man. It's a temporary designation, temporary dress it is. That we are not able to understand. As if this is our original position, we are fighting like dogs. Man is better. No, women is better. Man is better. Women is better. Man is better. Women is better. Both are worst by, fighting with each other. Instead of doing their duties, respective duties, they are fighting. So it is a very delicate and sensitive topic. People get offended. One word here and there, people get offended. His question is that Prabhupada is saying that women are very pure inside and outside when they are untouched by man. But some other places, Prabhupada says that women are less intelligent, they should be protected, they cannot be trusted, something like that. Yes, both are true. Like, children are pure? Answer is yes or no. Children can be protected, children cannot be left to dangers. So women also have a childlike mentality. It is not wrong, it is very nice. We love children. Why do we love children? Because they have certain innocence. They have certain soft nature. So women also have Vama Swabhava. Vama Swabhava means very soft nature. They're not aggressive. That is very attractive to men. Women being bashful, soft natured is very, very attractive. That soothes the hearts. But that also needs protection. Like innocent children cannot be sent out and be abused by. You understand? Just like a small lamb cannot be sent out where there are vultures are there, or there are big lions and tigers will pounce upon a small lamb. So would you allow the lamb to go out? No, because they will be cut into pieces. Similarly, such beautiful, pure hearted women should be protected. And how the protection comes? That comes by the father, at their young age, it comes by the husband. At a little advanced age, comes by their grown up children. They always need protection because they have to remain as an inspiration to the society. When Prabhupada said they are less intelligent, they can easily be dissuaded. Their mind can be easily be diverted. Just like children's mind can be diverted easily. Yes? You give a peppermint to the child will take it. He is ready to give his golden chain also. Right? Biscuit or peppermint you give to the child. He'll take it and then he will run away with the golden chain. Women are also like that. Women can easily be dissuaded. They can be, diverted. In general, exceptional women are there, that's a different thing. But in general, women are very simple hearted, soft natured, bashful. They're not aggressive, which is very, very soothing to the society. We need women like that. How dirty, how ugly if you find a big women bodybuilder like this. No, you like that scene? You never like that scene. Women are very, very simple, very mrudu. That is very beautiful. That is very beautiful, isn't it? Everyone knows. Even for women, the bodybuilders don't seem attractive. So that means there are certain class should be in a certain way. Anyway, the more we discuss, the more there is a danger of misconception. Yes. They are not, they are actually, they are offering these things out of love to the king. King has everything in stock, yes. Like, it is like this, to make it simple. You give, pocket money to your child, and the child, deposits that pocket money in a small bank or whatever, and on your birthday, the child buys something and gives as a gift to you. How do you feel? You feel so touched by the child's gesture, you embrace your child. Same way, all the wealth belongs to the king, and the king gives that wealth to the citizens, but the citizen use that wealth for the glorification of the king and welcoming the king. King feels so happy. It's not that he has not sufficient. He has sufficient in his stock, in his treasury. Just like a father has sufficient money. With that money, a little bit of that money he has given to the child, and but the child is giving with great love. Same way, the citizens also, they express their love with these products that are given by the good, good governance of the king. That making sense? Right? Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.